What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope everybody's doing well out there on this Blue Monday morning. I'm doing real good myself. Shout out to the sister Carissa for hipping me to this story right here. Actually, it entails the coronavirus is actually making restaurant owners suffer. Despite no coronavirus, Chinatown suffering. Okay. Now, these are two like short videos. One's like a minute and 19 seconds, and the other one's like 2.5 minutes long. And it's basically going to entail, the impact that's on the Chinatown restaurants, because nobody really wants to come out and take a chance on getting coronavirus, eating at these, at Chinese restaurants. And then we're going to get into a story about a man in Chinatown that actually, fell ill, you understand, needed CPR, but he died because people feared that, they could take a chance on getting coronavirus. This is why I say, wow, coronavirus is really doing a job, on Chinatown now. Let's get into this, these couple videos, then we'll get into the story.
This is slow, at least 40%.
Look at the window. Most of the ducks still hanging over there. Doesn't mean the business is not that well.
There have been plenty of empty tables inside Chibiengo's noodle shop, New York Bokai on Baxter Street, and he's not alone.
I walk around the area. I see the market empty. I see most of the restaurants empty.
In fact, all of Chinatown has seen an estimated 40% slide in business. Nobody's buying the famed toys and trinkets, in addition to the tasty treats, because of fear of the coronavirus, even though there have been no confirmed cases in the city.
I don't know why they're scared. Nothing happened.
This is getting out of hand. So far in New York City, no one has tested positive.
Today, the Chinatown Partnership teamed up with 2 local councilwomen to encourage people to bring business back to Chinatown.
We got a lot to offer in this community. And yes, we have to turn a crisis into opportunity.
Politicians have been steadily making this plea since the coronavirus outbreak began. Back inside Engo's restaurant, we saw some signs of normalcy during today's lunch rush.
The awareness campaign is helping a lot. So bring the fact out to the people.
Tonight, an unlikely victim of the coronavirus. Many restaurants in our area are supposed to be booming with Lunar New Year celebrations. Instead, businesses are tanking. Fears of the virus are apparently keeping locals at home, though there is no evidence that they should stay home. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yan.
Walks are cold, tables empty, Chinatown deserted.
It's empty.
Helen Ang is the owner of Amazing 66 restaurant on Mott Street. She says business has dropped about 50%.
People are very concerned. We understand their feelings, but actually it's hurting us too.
Blame it on coronavirus. Even though there are no confirmed cases in New York, just the fear of it seems to be keeping residents at home. Robin Wee with Singtown Newspapers says restaurants and stores in Chinatown, Flushing, and Brooklyn are all suffering because locals are afraid to gather in public.
The biggest restaurant in New York, in Flushing, there's a grand restaurant at the mall on the top floor. There are already 1,000 tables canceled. Imagine a table of 10, that's 10,000 customers gone.
Helen tells me in 14 years, she's never seen business this bad. Even during Sandy, as soon as the power came back on, customers stormed her door again.
We love the food here.
Regular customer Sarah Zhang, who lives in New Jersey, was one of the handful of customers we saw during the dinner hour.
There's no need to be scared. There's no need to stay at home.
Come on, eat and come out to shop, please.
This is supposed to be the busiest season of the year for Chinese restaurants, right after Lunar New Year, when many banquets are held. Owners need the extra business now to help them through the rest of the winter. For Helen, the pinch is especially hard because she refuses to let her staff be punished by the fear. She still pays them, even if no one is ordering any food. In Chinatown, Lucy Yang, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Wow, Helen must be rolling in dough. You understand? Where she can pay, her employees, for free. They can come to work, said not do nothing and still get paid. Okay, well that's a little incentive. I'll be down with that. But I just want to say this right here. I bet you ain't none of those nail salons suffering. I bet you they're not. And you can easily go in one of those places and get infected as well. You know what I mean? Because coronavirus is spread it by pathogens. Like a cold is, it's a virus. You know, if you sneeze, you cough, or whatever, you know what I mean? And, you know, touch something, it's the same thing. So, yeah, nail salons, they should be on the radar as well, you know? But to get into this particular story right here, I mean, people are in fear of coronavirus. As it says here, man collapses and dies in Chinatown as no one helps him over coronavirus. A New South Wales police spokeswoman said officers were called to the restaurant in Sydney's Chinatown after no one would perform CPR over fears of catching the coronavirus, catching the deadly flu-like bug. Well, did someone call the ambulance? That's the thing, you know, you should call the ambulance as well. You know, let the professionals handle it in situations like this. I mean, that's what I would do. The body of a man was left lying in the street after he collapsed and died in Chinatown as no one would help him because of fears that he had coronavirus. Police were called to the scene outside a restaurant in Sydney's Chinatown after bystanders reportedly refused to perform CPR. You know, everybody don't know CPR, number one. And really, can you blame them? You know what I'm saying? Because nobody want to take a chance and run the risk of getting sick. You know, but I do believe that someone should have called the ambulance, you know, and let professionals deal with it, you know. But to continue, a New South Wales, NSW police spokeswoman said officers were called, they're repeating themselves, to the Suisan, I guess I'm pronouncing that right, probably not, restaurant on Campbell Street in Haymarket just after 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, following reports of a concern for welfare. She went on, officers attached to Sydney City Police Area command attended along with NWS ambulance paramedics and commenced CPR on a 60-year-old man who is believed to have suffered a medical episode. Despite efforts to revive him, the man died at the scene. There are no suspicious circumstances. A report will be prepared for the coroner. Okay? So what did the man die of? That's the question, you know? The spokeswoman wouldn't comment on a report in the Daily Telegraph that bystanders refused to administer CPR over fears the man had coronavirus. It comes after unconfirmed viral videos shared on social media claim to show suspected coronavirus patients collapsing in the street in China. Okay. The official death toll from the disease is now 170, with 7,711 cases reported worldwide. More than a dozen countries have confirmed cases, including the U.S., Canada, France, and Germany. All right. See, this is the reason why no one wants to take that chance. You know, you can't blame a person for that, you know. The World Health Organization, WHO, will reconvene on Thursday to determine whether the outbreak constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom, and whatever that whatever, I don't know that name right there. Excuse me. There ain't no need of me even trying to pronounce it. Said on Wednesday, in the last few days, the progress of the virus, especially in some countries, especially human-to-human transmission, worries us. Although numbers outside China are still relatively small, they hold the potential for a much larger outbreak. And I guess this is a picture right here where the deceased is covered up, the man that they're talking about. See, and it says here, police were called after the body reportedly left lying in the street. Wow. Then you got this right here. This is another story. Offensive cartoon about coronavirus trigger uproar as China demands apology. A lot of people demand apologies these days about something, huh? China's women football team is in isolation at a hotel in Brisbane. After arriving on Wednesday, the team were recently in Wuhan, where the first cases of coronavirus were detected. All 32 players and staff are in quarantine. See, that stuff ain't nothing to play with. I don't blame these people for not wanting to get him, run the risk of catching that disease. Police in South Wales, Australia were called as to the scene outside a restaurant in Sydney's Chinatown. Okay. Yeah, this happened over in Australia then. Okay. Let's read this. Last night, a plane carrying 200 Brits fleeing Wuhan was blocked from leaving by Chinese authorities. The chartered flight was due to arrive back in the UK at RAF or RAF Briz Norton this morning. Coronavirus is thought to have originated in a food market in Wuhan, which specialized in illegally trade wildlife. Okay, see, you can't be doing stuff like that and eating bats, eating mice and rats and stuff like that. Naturally, they're going to say that's where it's coming from. You can't blame people. This is hysteria, to say the least, or what have you. And they're even saying that there's some cases over here in this country, America, with this coronavirus. And now we know that Asian people that has been said to have been eating like this for centuries. Eating these rats, bats, snakes, bat spit soup, blood soup, and all this kind of shit. But it's just funny how, you never heard anything about this coronavirus. And I saw, I think a video was posted where coronavirus is actually, posted on the back of a Lysol can, or what have you. Yeah. So more than likely, if I had to guess, I would say coronavirus was actually made in a lab. To be honest with you, I would. I'll just, go out on a limb and say, yeah, it was probably created in a lab. But that's my own personal opinion, because like I said, these people were eating like this for centuries and no coronavirus, no sickness, So go figure that. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please remember, people, live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.